I want to talk about Mr. Juan Soto. There's only very few things can take the attention of Twitter in a night where you have Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes going. You got a Jay-Z situation that will not be talking about on here, but tune in to summer sessions because I will be talking about it on there. And the topic be Juan Soto crush all of that. Juan Soto ended his free agency, and there was rumors from different Mets and Yankees beat reporters that, this is going to end tonight. There's going to be a decision made tonight, and it was announced by Jeff Passan last night that Juan Soto signed with the New York Mets on a 15-year, $765 million contract. It is the largest deal in professional sports history. Now, there's an opt-out after the 5th year, which is in 2029. He can opt out, hit the market again, or he can receive $4 million raise per season from $51 million to $55 million for the rest of the contract. So that's a good thing there for Juan Soto. Now, the reports are that the Yankees deal was $760 million, so $5 million less. I know there's a lot of people making jokes about how Steinbrenner, even I made a Succession joke about him being Kendall Roy. But I really think this comes down to, it's not about the numbers. I don't believe that the Yankees are willing to put all that on the table and say, you know what, an extra $5 million is a little too rich for my taste. I believe that for whatever reason, Juan Soto just wanted to go to Queens, play with the Mets, play with the owner who's going to spend money in Steve Cohen, a.k.a. Bobby Axelrod, to play with, my man, Puerto Rican legend, Francisco Lindor.
Speak on it.
I think he wanted to go there. And obviously, I don't think he wanted the same Yankee requirements. Maybe he want to grow his hair out. I don't know what he want to do. But I believe he just wanted to go to the Mets. And I do believe to the Yankees. I know Yankee fans do not want to hear this, but a lot of Yankee fans reacting. Shout out to my dog Cliff. He's a massive Yankee fan. He put a picture that he took with Juan Soto at a Knicks game this year and said, "You only wanted the money. I wouldn't even geek to meet him. He wanted to meet me more." I'm like, Yankee fans, when y'all are mad, you're like the nigga who is putting up mad points at the local basketball court. Then nigga take your ball and do it better than you, and you want to take the ball home so nobody else can play with it. That's what Yankee fans do in this situation. But I do feel like there's a lot of money still going to be spent. There's ways for them to make this team still contend to get back to the World Series. But this is a massive, massive blow for them. Courtney, I want to get your opinion on it first. What do you think about this deal and how it impacts both clubs?
I mean, it's embarrassing for the Yankees, right? I feel like to a point, yeah, of course, nobody wants to play second fiddle to Judge, which in my opinion must have been a big factor for him. Like, no offense to Francisco Lindor, but Juan Soto in the Mets, you are the star, right? But being a Yankee, you're always going to be second fiddle to Aaron Judge. And who wants to do that for the next 10 years of your career? But it's just so embarrassing that the Yankees really do this whole cry poor thing. They just did it with Blake Snell. I actually just read that today where they were talking about how the Yankees were also in on Blake Snell the same day that he signed and announced with the Dodgers. Hang the banners. We got this close to Soto and Snell. Like, that's so embarrassing. You're the most valuable baseball team and one of the most valuable franchises in sports, period. And you have lost out on how many different stars at this point. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. As for the Mets, good for them. Good for them. He's gonna spend a lot of money, and I'm thrilled for that. That's also probably why Jerry didn't want Steve Cohen anywhere near Major League Baseball.
Well, when I saw that went through, I thought about the thing that Bobby Axelrod said in episode 1 of Billions when he told Chuck Rose, "What's the point of having fuck you money if you can never say fuck you?" That's exactly what I heard when I heard this. Mikey, what do you think about this deal?
I mean, I love it for the Mets. I love it for, kind of what they're building. They had a pretty fun run this past, 2 months of the season and going into the playoffs and obviously, making it to the CS. I think it's going to be a seamless transition. You're still going to keep Francisco Lindor there at leadoff, and Lindor gets on base and, having somebody like Juan Soto, play in that ballpark. I want to bring this up right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Juan Soto's bat works everywhere. His numbers at Citi Field, though, are something else. In 35 career games at Citi Field, which is 146 plate appearances, he has a 1.175 OPS with 12 home runs, including 2 of the 5 longest home runs in the stadiums, 466 feet and 463 feet. Knowing, the type of hitter he is, and he's able to spray the off fields with the way that the dimensions of the ballpark is, he's going to feast in that ballpark. They're going to love him. You're going to see Soto jerseys all over. And President of Baseball Ops David Stearns just said about 40 minutes ago at the baseball winter meetings, we'd love to bring Pete Alonso back. Pete's been a great Met for us, and he's had some enormous hits for us, and we'll see where that goes. I think our ownership has consistently demonstrated that there's going to be resources when we need them. If there's an ability for us to make baseball moves when we think that they're there to improve the team, we're going to continue to pursue a wide variety of areas to continue to improve our team. So it must be nice to root for a team that at least is putting out the effort, putting their money where their mouth is, and trying to get better and try to get, you're looking at Courtney, I don't know what it is, but you're looking at almost like between a 6 to 8 WAR player and Juan Soto, generational. And, just for Juan Soto, I try to tell people all the time that Yankees legacy shit, that playing for that shit don't mean
anything, bro.
He's won a ring with the Nationals more recently than the Yankees have won a ring. The people that remember the Yankees for what they were, they're dying. It's let's be real. Like, they're dying. It's getting up there. I remember the Yankees, as a shorty, but that shit is far, far gone. Shout out to my boy Andy. I made a bet with him in July that Juan Soto would go to the Mets. He said that I was tweaking because he's a Yankee fan, and why would he go there? That would be like going to the White Sox. And I just told him, hey, put your money where your mouth is. So lunch on him.
You got a nice dub coming.
I'm thinking, no, I got a nice little lunch. I'm thinking maybe a little bit of Ron in Japan or something. So I'm gonna take him to the well. But I love this move for them, and they obviously still need some more pitching. Luis Severino left. Sean Manaea is a free agent. They went ahead and they signed Clay Holmes from the Yankees, another Yankee that they grabbed, and they're turning him into a starter. So the job's not done for them. That's not where they're gonna end. But it's a good starting point. And just kind of to Courtney's point, the Yankees were going to give him all that money, but then he would have to see guys like Gleyber Torres walk, guys like Clay Holmes walk, and they were not getting Blake Snell, not being able to go ahead and get Corbin Burns if you give him Juan Soto the money he demands. So what was the point?
Ben,
I'm sorry, pardon me. Did you, I don't know if you, Mikey, if you saw that Brian Cashman said again they told Blake Snell that they couldn't pay him until they figured out where they were with Juan Soto. That's crazy to say to that man.
Y'all the Yankees.
No, we're the New York Yankees, but like, sorry, we don't know if we can pay you yet until we figure out if we can pay this other guy.
That's some Pittsburgh Pirates shit. That's some right shit.
Yeah, that's Orlando. I know Orlando just said Clay is on the Mets. I said that, bro. Get off XV videos and pay attention. Pay attention. Okay.
Get off Pornhub, bro.
But also, I don't know if you saw the report from John Heyman earlier today, where he was talking about there were some things that Yankees security and kind of Yankees personnel had did to Juan Soto and his family and some of his like entourage throughout the season that he really kind of wasn't fucking with. I don't know if that really played an end, because at the end of the day, $765 million is a lot. But he did, compared to Shohei Ohtani's deal, he did receive $305 million more than Ohtani in present day money by signing that, that contract.
And
so
none of it's deferred, like you said. None of it's deferred.
Nah, he gonna get his bread, and he got his opt out. So we'll see how that goes. Either way, he set himself up, pretty well. Good for him. He's he's one of the greatest baseball players that we'll ever see. He's already on that trajectory, and for him, he's been traded twice already. So
Yep.
fuck loyalty, get that bread.
Yep. Bang, man, you got a baseball bang take for us before we move on.
Yeah, that's a whole bunch of money. It's a whole bunch of goddamn money. It's not necessarily a comment; it's a question. Like I remember Juan Soto during my time in DC. They won that World Series, all of that. I remember a lot of people saying that young Mickey Mantle, all of that stuff. I guess my question to you all, because I'm not about to act like I am like watching the Mets all day. Like, how does this affect that team? How does this affect in a positive way the Mets? And could Juan Soto bring a championship to Queens one day?
They get some more arms. They went in the LCS this year. I think offensively they're gonna be better than they were, but they got to get some more arms, like you just said, Mikey. They lost a couple of pitchers. They got to get some more arms.
Yeah, definitely. And if they can get some more arms, you got Clay Holmes. Obviously, that's going to be a project. That's kind of the I think they're banking on what the Sox did with Crochet, changing him from a bullpen arm to a starter. There's obviously going to be innings limitations with that. You can't expect him to go deep next year. Pitching probably 200 innings. I would never expect that. So you're probably going to have to add maybe about 3 more starting pitchers. They've lost Severino, Quintana's a free agent, and Sean Manaea's a free agent. So they still have their work, cut out. But I think this is a more attractive spot for, potential free agency. There's still some good, good arms out there.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line.